With everyone back now, and I hope all of you out there in the audience are refreshed. Where we are picking up is Bright and Norallie. Well, you got a long rest. I don't know if you want to count it as mechanically you have a long rest if it's a fitful sleep or not. But there is no sign of Mordecai, of Selene, of Seltur, of Syphenix. There's no word. You don't wake up in the middle of the night from that. Now, if your own mind is doing that to you, then I mean that's your own self. But and you do have 19 gold pieces from the performance.
All right,
that's good for us.
Oh, look at that little fluff puppy.
The fluffer dogger.
It's the little one. I still don't have any video for Matty.
Oh. There we go.
Hey, there we go.
There we go. Yep. All right. Yeah, so morning comes. There's no sign of any of them.
I want to go out and cast my alarm again, just in case they come back.
Okay.
But you don't have to come with for that. It's really just, I mean, you've seen it before. It's kind of boring if you're not doing it. It's kind of boring if you are doing it, honestly. But it has to be done sometimes. And then, I mean, we can go...
The TDM is still costing.
I think we need to talk to Jade's family. I mean, I would love for Mordecai and Selene to go with for that. But... And... I know we... Right? So, I don't know if you want to come with.
I'll come with. I don't really want to stay around here by myself.
Okay. Well, give me 10 minutes and then we'll be ready to go.
Yeah.
I know Matty wants to skip that, so I don't know how we want to do it.
Well, so you're gonna go back to the park and put down the alarm spell. So if they appear, then you'll be notified. And that's fine. There's, it's another day in Greenshield. It's a little overcast, a little cold, but hey, every day brings us closer and closer to summertime. And going to Jade's house results in nobody being home.
Okay.
Maybe we can leave them a note. Not the best way to find out, but...
Yeah. I don't know how we would even do that. I think we should just come back when it's time. So, I don't have anything else to do today. I don't think impersonating Mordecai is a good career choice for us.
It's really nerve-wracking. I'm not used to everyone looking at me when I do
nerve-wracking.
And, I know a spell where we could check in on them and see what's going on with them, but I haven't practiced the spell enough. And, but right now, but maybe we could find a magic shop, and I don't think there's one here, but there might be one in Westport, because I know that's where Dallas lives, and he has a magic shop. So, and that's where you're from, right?
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
So, maybe we could go there. It's not too far, and I would like to wait another day, but I don't think we can stay at the inn much longer without using up our funds. And
I
kind of want to.
I don't have that one spell that Mr. Howard has, but I got a bedroll and.
Okay, yeah, I have to. I don't really mind sleeping outside. I just climb up into a tree. It'll be fine. And I don't know. I think we should. Maybe we should. I don't want to leave and have them come back and wonder where they went. But if they're not back today, I think we should get going and
We could leave a message with the manager. So,
and
if they
I'm
see
sure that
him,
if Mordecai comes back, he'll contact us right away because that's a thing he can do.
yeah, yeah.
So, let's do that.
That
I
is
wanna
indeed a thing you can do.
find out where he is. From here, we have to get to a magic shop.
Yeah, they didn't seem to have too many.
So I just want to stop in real quick and tell my gnome friends that Mordecai's not in town anymore, so I won't be able to get them performance. But that we would very much like to come back when we have a chance, and when we do that, we'll bring Mordecai with us, and I'll take care of their Karen problem in the nicest possible way.
That's fine. You stop by. The little girl does in fact have rose quartz pink hair. And as she runs out, she is happy to show it off. And it does a little twirl.
How did you get that?
Well, you see, we cast light through it onto her head, and then we were able to use our magics to make the color stick to her hair.
Oh, well, that's fun. How long will it last?
Really until we want.
Well, that's a pretty neat spell. Is that one of the really old spells? Did you learn permanence? Do you know that spell?
Oh, well,
they wouldn't give you that one.
it's nothing quite like that. Kind of leans in like, she thinks that it's permanent, but it's really, it's up to us. If her teacher has a problem with it, we're gonna have to change it back.
Oh,
yeah.
I know that spell. Okay, yeah, no problem. Well, tell them it's a natural hair color for her. Because it is sometimes for gnomes. Okay, so I just wanted to come in and tell you that Mordecai's out of town, but we really enjoyed the food, and we'll come back as soon as we can, and I'll tell everybody about your shop.
Oh, thank you. You get like 3 thank yous from each of them.
Okay, that's all.
All right then. There is now the magic shop in this town does have some magic services. However, for living off of 20 gold pieces, those services are going to be rather expensive.
They didn't have the right stuff. I'm thinking that we need to go to Westport so that we can get, because the spell that I want scrying, and I can't get that here. I need it from a real magic shop.
As you are out and about on this day, you don't think that he sees you, but you do see that Bellum is out walking around the town as well. You don't have to engage with Bellum, but Bellum is there, and is shopping? Question mark?
Where are we? Where is he shopping?
Oh, if you're in kind of a market district, there's restaurants, there's a lot of shops. Including like that very nice, the nice toy shop with the low level like enchanted stuff.
So he's just in like a market. We don't like see him in a particular place.
Correct.
He's just around.
Yeah. Bellum does seem to stand out, not because he's like 8 feet tall or anything, but just you've seen Bellum before. And he's walking around, kind of doing some window shopping, like what you were doing.
I just want to. I don't really want to talk to Bellum. I don't really get along with Bellum all that well.
I never really got to talk, so I don't know.
But it might be worth. I don't know.
That's up to you. He has not seen you yet.
I don't really have anything to say to Bellum, to be honest. So I'm ready to just move on.
Okay. All right. Another day passes in Greenshield, and no alarm, no Peggy Sue. Well, no word from her. Peggy Sue exists. Mordecai, Selene, Seltur, Syphenix. None of them show up.
Maybe we should have told them not to go.
I know why they had to go, but I'm glad we didn't. I'm going to set the alarm one more time just in case, but I think we should get ready to go.
Yeah, I don't we don't really have anything to do here. And
Okay.
your brother's probably already mask horns. And...
Let me, I'm going to write them a little note, and I'm going to say, Dear Mordecai and Selene, not include Seltur, or Syphenix. Dear Mordecai and Selene, I hope you make it back. And I have gone to Mask of Horns. Well,
And do you want someone at the front desk to deliver that to them if any of them show up?
I was thinking I would tuck it into the little magic circle.
We should probably leave something with the manager, though.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Okay. Okay.
You can make
then
2 copies.
notes. Oh, you are a calligrapher. So really, the big debate is which copy. You have one that's probably a little bit better than the other one, but
Well, we can give the nicer one to the hotel manager.
Okay.
Because the other one's going to be outside and it'll probably get ruined. Unless they come back like in...
Unless what? They can do what?
Unless they come back right after we leave.
Oh.
And then it'll still be there.
Well, you have hopes, but the hopes are just going to remain that, as they do not manifest after you've left the note at the front desk or the circle.
Okay. Well, Piggy Sue, thank you very much for spending all that time watching. I hope you at least enjoyed spending that time up in the tree where I know it's natural for alicorns, I think. I don't really know. But you can fly, so it makes sense that you would spend time up in trees. But thank you for spending all that time watching and for being the world's best alicorn. The very world's best.
I can take or leave it.
But it's time for us to go now, so let me straighten your horn. I don't know why you have a soft horn. I didn't know that was a thing. But we're ready to go now. So you can come with us. You can
I can't
ride on
take
me
the
like you used to. It'll be like old times. But no, that's true. You can't take that action because your unicorn horn is squishy.
It just tickles, yeah. That's instead of impaling you between your ribs, it just kind of goes hee 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 and gets you right in the armpit there.
All right. Well, let's get going then. I'm pretty sure I didn't behind. Let me check the room to make sure, but I think we're ready to go.
I got all my pets in order.
I see that. I see that.
See nothing.
So we have Bright and Norallie who are in Greenshield, and you are hoping to make your way to the Mask of Horns. So it's going to be a bit of a journey. I do hope that you enjoy. You could be frugal and you could sleep in trees or on the side of the road. There are most likely going to be on our way ins along the road to get out there. So that could be a possibility. You are going to be, if you want to avoid it, you can, but you are going to be passing by. Sorry, 1 second. Lake Right-Eye. Thalassab Quata. You could pass through that medium-sized city, or you could just sort of go the long way around. I mean, heck, if you really wanted to, you can go back north, and you could take a ship. If you wanted to pay for the mileage, it's up to you. But as you're planning, how do you hope to get out here?
Would it be faster to go to Lake Red-Eye then?
There is a road that will take you through there to this big city. So if you're traveling by land, that is a cleared direct route. It's up to you if you trust people on the road, or
You can always...
highway bandits can exist. I mean, are we talking, You know, are we talking like Elder Scrolls or Fable levels of banditry where there just seems to be a bandit camp every like 100 feet? Probably not.
Okay, that's nice. No, I think we're
That'll be good for them.
in a position where we don't have to worry over much about bandits. I have lots of ways to get bandits to leave us
Also,
alone.
we don't look like we have that much. Really,
It's because we don't have that much.
we don't.
Pro tier illusions are actually reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Reality is the best illusion of them all.
Norallie, I mean, I would be willing to stop in because they might have a magic shop there that we could look for the scrying spells that I want, but I feel like both of us really would rather get to Mask of Horns. It's worth spending time there. I think we should just keep going.
I mean, we could pass through there if the road there is fast. Yeah. Just kind of go through the middle of town and peek at the market on our way out.
I mean, I don't know if it's on the way, then okay, but otherwise we can keep going.
I mean, it should be on the way.
Yeah, there is a road that will connect to Lake Red Eye, and that will continue towards Mask of Horns.
I mean, we might as well go through and see what's there.
Yeah.
But I'm
Okay.
And if anything, we can leave a note with their manager and be like, okay, if see a blue tiefling named Mordecai with curly hair, you know, leave him a message.
All right. We are going to move our Thelma and Louise here on the road. Well, in the initial stage, you're actually walking through a lot more forest. However, I thought that this was a very good. I don't know. It's visually appealing to me, and I'm the DM, so. I don't need another reason. I just like this. So, Norallie and Bright, you are setting out from Greenshield. There's, dragging your feet like, I'm technically 99 feet away from, a sensory, whatever. I'm 99 and a half. Come on, Mordecai, 99 and 3. And just nothing. Hide nor hair of Seltur, Selene, or Mordecai, or Syphenix.
It's too bad to be 100 feet away, but the range is a mile, so I'll repeat that 51 more times.
Okay, gotcha. That's true. Oh yeah, 100 feet is talking to Peggy Sue. So you end up having that expire, and you are on the road. Now the road, it's not just you two that are traveling. There's people coming and going. There are loggers. There's just people in in personal carriages. There's a lot of mercantile business. There's produce going to and from the city, and it is going to and from west. There doesn't seem to be anything coming up from the south. Into the sunset you go.
Oh, Norallie, I want to say that I'm kind of worried about Mordecai. And the reason is that he would have communicated with us because he has that spell where he can talk to us across long ranges. And he hasn't sent us anything, and it's been a couple of days. So if he's okay, which I don't know that he is, he would have done that. So he's probably not okay. He's probably hurt, or...
Yeah,
That's why I want to find the scrying spell, because I think he's okay. I don't think Selene is okay. And best way for us to find out what happened to them. And maybe, I don't know him, but we might be able to find Tippa too. It's just a spell that I've really been looking forward to. And I'm almost ready to use it again. We just have to get someplace where I can learn it.
I wonder if Mr. Power did that.
I mean, he might.
No, he didn't show me a lot of magic because you know, he was still learning. He's like, oh, some magic you can't do right away because it's dangerous, and then all your wild magic will go boom, and I don't like it going boom.
Oh, anyway, I
So
wanted to tell you the way I'm thinking right now. And that's why I'm in kind of a hurry to get to Mask of Horns. I know we'll have to wear these stupid masks again, and I don't like them. But
if you don't like your mask, I have some spare ones.
they fit me?
Should. They're adjustable. Most of them are.
I don't know. I think they're really itchy. And I don't know if there's not itchy. I don't know. Anyway, that's why I want to get there. I really want to learn that spell so I think it's the best chance we have to find them.
Yeah. You know, I hope we can find that. It'd be nice.
And we can find your brother too, especially if you have something that belongs to him. Because I've never met him, so I can't find him very easily. But if you have something that belongs to him or used to, then that'll be easy. And I'm sure we have something of Mordecai's. He gave me his rations, so I'll save one of his rations and then I can find him. Okay, that's all.
Is the proposal something like, because Mordecai like double dips his nachos, like you can use trace evidence of his DNA to contact him or something? Or
I mean, to be fair, I have Mordecai's crossbow and his bolts, so.
Well, no, I mean, just that's how scrying works. If you have something that belonged to them, then you can track them. So I have his food.
Out of curiosity, does that immediately negate the second that the ownership is passed?
Obviously not, because then you could never use that part of the spell.
But what if you were Mordecai's food?
It's true, I have myself, and he did bite me once.
Things to consider.
There are a whole bunch of philosophical implications to this conversation.
He almost bit me once, and then he also had some. I definitely remember some strawberry-flavored blood snacks, even though they weren't technically from bites.
Yes.
Okay, that's all.
All right, so we have one day of travel along the road, Norallie and Bright. So each of you may consume food as necessary, as you will need it for your travels here. And again, the traffic going this way and that. No one's necessarily rude. No one's saying, "Hey, you want to ride?" And there are no highway bandits that here to accost you. And so we're continuing to trek through the forest. Traffic continues. You're sleeping outside, yes? Or do you want to try and find on our way in, or some other, like a homestead to take you in for the night?
Well, I'm happy to sleep outside. I don't mind. It's refreshing for me.
Norallie?
I'll just go up a tree.
I mean, we might have to pay for that expensive spell thingy, so we should probably save it.
Okay, so you're gonna rough it?
Yep.
All right. So a day of travel under your belts. Day 2. It's not freezing, but it is colder, and the overcast weather from the day before has turned into rain, and that's just making things very soggy. It just chills you to the bone, because it's at that point where you're like, boy, I almost wish that it would just be cold enough to snow instead of just be cold enough to make us wet and miserable.
I will, as it starts to rain,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look around and see if there's anything we could use, like a board or something like that. Any kind of object that's big enough for us?
Not really a board. You are... The rain is coming down, kind of being filtered through the forest canopy. Now, there's breaks in it as well. There is brush and branches. If you want to try and trade with a wagon passing by, we can play a little Oregon Trail. I'm open-minded to that.
Oh, I think I can just use for this maybe. But what I would like to do is I would like to conjure up Betty.
Okay.
It'll take 10 minutes.
Okay.
But she lasts for a while once I've created her. And then side of the bedroll, and then I'll use my mage hand on the other side to hold the other side up, and we can walk under a little tent as we travel.
Oh. Okay. All right. So yes, you have Betty, your unseen servant, and your mage hand doesn't have a name, does it?
Oh, it's just a mage hand.
Okay. Just a mage hand.
We call him Lefty.
Yeah, I don't really name my hands, so I didn't name the mage hand either.
That's fine. Okay, so you have a kind of a floating makeshift, just an umbrella over you two. It gets a couple looks from people who are passing by. You know, one person kind of gives you, yeah, that's pretty clever, and other people are just sort of doing a double take. As we have, you know, we have a tiefling woman and her daughter apparently walking through the rain.
Her hornless daughter.
Yeah.
With non-tiefling colors and pupils and no tail. But if you don't look too close, then yeah, sure.
Yep. Well, you know, you're that high up and you got some rain in your eyes. So yeah, people are giving you some looks, but day 2 passes. Once more you sleep, although this is under the rain, or you could kind of come up with something similar. It's not it's mechanically a long rest, but there's nothing you can really do about the environmental humidity or cold, unless, I don't know, any of you have something against that you're spending resources on. Oh, we have a sketch. We have Mordecai, the a prancing Mordecai at that.
Delicious palate.
Mordecai.
With croissants kind of impaled on her crown to look like your laid back horns.
I'll take a picture so it's clear.
Hey,
From the maker of Casanova Mordecai comes Ballet Mordecai.
The Reckoning!
oh, it turns out that Brayson had tents all along, so we could use those.
Okay.
Oh, did we have a thing for Brayson?
We did. Mordecai said there are tents in Brayson's
Yeah, no,
inventory.
there are tents in prison.
I keep track of.
Mordecai
Right.
probably wouldn't have taken the tents with him on the ritual, would be my guess. So I think it's fair that we would still have those.
Yeah, he is weird, but I don't think he's that weird.
So once the weather starts to get bad, I think we could camp in tents. It'll be fine.
All right. Night 3. So another day of rations. You're camping. The weather is still rainy, even stormy. And you know, traffic pretty well comes to a halt. There's not too much going on. You know, you're laying low, you're staying out of the way. And a wagon at night comes rolling along. It makes the sound, the creak, squish of wheels rolling through mud, and a cry of just whoa goes out, and this wagon has stopped by your all's roadside camp.
Okay, I cast mage armor.
I
Okay.
also cast Mage Armor.
Okay, we'll take care of that. And then I'm gonna ask, what's the weather? Is it still raining?
Yep, it is rainy and stormy.
Okay.
The trees
Why?
are blowing.
What? Norallie, how do you?
You're
Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, your mic cut out.
I didn't mean to cut out. That was an accident. Norallie, how do you want to do this? Do you want to go talk to them, or do you want to hope they leave?
Let's hope they leave.
Okay,
And
I'm gonna
if they
ask.
don't leave, We'll ask him to leave.
Kisu to quietly go outside and maybe poke her head out from around the base of the tent and see if she can see them.
Okay.
And I will look through her eyes too.
Perception.
Her for me.
Well, you're looking through her eyes.
Yeah. For her, for me then.
How does that work with the familiar? Do you use their senses?
I think he is.
I think it's theirs, usually.
Okay. Then, hers? Oh, 20. Nice.
Wow, she's very good at this. I'm very proud of you.
The wagon has several people coming off of it. There's a driver, and they are dressed in some pretty big rain slicks. And with the 20, Peggy Sue sees just from them jostling around and dismounting from the wagon in the middle of the road here. You, Bright, as the observer here, you've seen these colors before that they're wearing, and similar style rain slicks. And these remind you a lot like the people that were outside of Mask of Flowers. Now, exactly the same, probably not. But you're getting that tingle that you've seen this before.
I was afraid of that. Norallie, would you like to run away?
Yeah.
I would like to run away as well. I think this is a good time to run away. So are they getting out and coming toward us, or?
Yes.
Can we
Ahoy!
have Brayson with us?
Campers! We wish to trade. Hopefully you have food. We're so hungry.
Yeah.
I'm
Norallie, can you write Brayson in the air again?
gonna cast this at 4th level.
Oh, that's even better.
Roll a d20, por favor. Not a 1. Okay.
That should cover me, Bright, and Brayson.
Okay.
Good. And Piggy Sue is gone.
Okay.
So let's just sneak away.
So it's just like the abandoned tent, basically.
I mean, we can always get another tent, but I think sneaking away is the better part of valor right here.
Yep.
It's an old gnomish proverb. Sneaking away is the better part of valor.
Very well.
Brayson
So
may have another tent on him. We'll see.
with your enhanced invisibility and the storm, you managed to creep away with the mammonals. And are you staying within eyesight and earshot, or are you putting some distance?
Yes.
I am gonna cast
Oh,
Arcane Eye, and the Arcane Eye will stay within eye shot.
okay.
Otherwise,
Um,
no.
Well, so now your arcane eye, it doesn't plop out of your head like Jade's did, but it is still very functional, and so it manifests, and you're keeping you're keeping an eye on what happens here. It's just visual though. Okay. So as you're slinking away through the rain, they spread out in a very organized fashion. Like this is tactics. There's 2 people who are approaching, and one of them seems to be carrying some sort of a large backpack. It has a bunch of rope and stuff, and the other one is saying something, and he's holding his hands out like this. However, your eye does catch that there's some others who are creeping through the woods, going around. And you can see that it looks like they're trying to interact with the tents, and after a while, in a couple hand signals, they begin to investigate the tents. And they're rummaging around, they're making some gestures, between each other. And there's a... They're looking.
I think. So, Maddie, I need to confirm that we don't have our new abilities that we get if we trade in our old abilities,
You do
right?
not have those yet.
Unfortunate. I could really use one of those abilities right now. Norallie, I think we need to find a way to cover our tracks. Can you ride Brayson in the air?
Yeah. He can probably carry you too, you're not that heavy.
Okay, let's try it. I'm gonna have to drop my arcane eye for this, I think.
Okay, so you're casting Flying the Donkey?
Yeah, and we'll ride him, and hopefully we don't get tipped off. Ability, because that's her.
Okay, so it does look like they're starting to search around for tracks. They're onto something, and well, fortunately you put some distance between you, and with the fly spell you can ride Brayson through the stormy night, and presumably
Don't have to go very high. Just a foot or so is plenty.
you don't want to shoot up 500 feet to the heart of the storm or anything, and just your twin pigtails just flapping around everywhere, and Norallie's rack of horns just attracting all the lightning. All right, so you managed to avoid this encounter. Congratulations.
Have managed to avoid certain death.
I was putting it lightly, but sure, if you want to be optimistic about it, or pessimistic, I don't know.
Let's not do that.
And they're out there, Norallie and Bright. You hadn't seen them for a while, but there are certainly vampires walking amongst you all. Or in this case, they're taking wagons out.
Do you think they were looking for us specifically? Because it sure is weird how the vampires keep finding, us.
I
We weren't
don't
technically
know.
here when they found us the last time, but they found, us. And it was me. I was there, and Jade and Mordecai. This was while Mordecai was still alive, and Selene was there too. That's how we got our vampirism. They found us, and Tazray was there too, and because of him, we didn't avoid those vampires. So I'm glad he wasn't here this time.
Yeah, well, Tazray is arguably, atomized to some sort of level because of what happened.
Oh, sometimes I get kind of frustrated when you run away, but I think it was definitely the right choice this time, so I'm glad you're prepared for that. Thank you very
I was
much for being
prepared for
prepared.
them. Plus, it's just the two of us, and there are a lot of them, and I don't think we'd be able to do much.
And I think that they have some way of tracking us. I don't know if it's something we're carrying, or they might be able to track me because I'm partly vampire now. Or maybe they've planted something on us. I don't know. Don't know.
I don't know, because I
Tracking
didn't
us
see it
specifically.
because I wasn't there the first time, so I don't know.
That's why I don't think they're tracking you. Because, well, they could be though, because you've got your special crystal and you were captured and all that. So they could have done something to you too. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing vampire. I just saw
No.
the series.
It's tough, but an hour or so away by air. That's an hour. No, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes by air. That ought to throw them off the trail a little.
You do successfully avoid these vampires on a dark, rainy springtime night. And in fact, over the course of your travels, this is not going to be the first time that you encounter not just this wagon, but there are more suspicious fellows that you come across that seem to be traveling over the roads, especially at night. And, I mean, you two being the, acting as you have, avoiding them, you're not looking out to go be vampire hunters, I'm presuming. You can avoid them rather easily. But you do seem to be encountering more of them? I mean, you hadn't seen a lot. You ran into a couple. But the further west you're going now, every day, maybe it's growing paranoia, or the fact that it's been a while, and now you're really super sensitive to this because you have a bunch of knowledge. You have a bunch of information. But you do arrive safely through avoidance. We've traveled now a week total. You've passed through Right Eye. It's a fishing village. There's a primer that you can reference, and if you do want to do anything in this city, we can side role play it. I'm not going to murder you there and dump you in the lake.
Spell, I think.
What's that?
We were just gonna try to find that spell.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff for us to do. I feel like we have lots of things to do there. So, I don't know how you want to...
Okay. Okay. Then what I will do is we will have your part of the narrative for tonight end here, and you'll be in this smaller city in Lake Red Eye. So, doop-a-doop-a-doop, and doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. There we go. And doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop.
Oh boy.
And doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. That's a little too loud. You all, well, the three of you, minus Syphenix, you wake up in your mortal forms. You do not have your gear, and you are in vast, trackless sand.
The desert. We woke up in the desert. Where in the hell are we?
I don't know, but
This
sand. My, oh my.
And the sun is coming
isn't
up.
where we were.
What a
And
brilliant
things-
deduction, Mordecai.
And things are about to get very, very hot. The sun's rising and we're most likely going to roast in the next few hours, so we should probably try and find something to take cover under. So, we don't die from exposure.
That's fair.
Is she always Hispanic-y?
Prepared, maybe?
It's not every day that, I wake up in the desert.
Yeah,
Well.
that's kind of a big deal. Where are we?
In the desert.
I have
Well,
no idea.
Desert, yes.
But at the very least, I'm glad I prepared the spells that I did.
Mordecai, the first rays of dawn are hitting you. I mean, because the three of you are in quite a vulnerable state right now. And while it's not, a full ray of sunshine, you can see that across your blue skin, there's just the beginnings, almost like little glowing cracks along your skin where the sunlight is touching you. It's not enough that you're emanating this kind of these sparks or this kind of ignited ash, but you do seem to be reacting to the very early morning sun.
Oh, double shit. How do we...
This is bad.
This is very bad.
Now.
What the hell happened?
Excuse me, is it just me, does that one look like he's about to ignite into flames in the next
Oh
2
no,
minutes?
you
Yeah.
would probably be right. The sunlight's
no.
never been all that bad, but this is the desert.
Yeah, no, this is bad. This is really bad. And Selene's just paced around like, oh no, how the hell did we end up out here? Where even is here?
Is there a large dune anywhere around, something that can give us a bit of high ground to
Yep.
take a look? Alright, at that point, Seltur just saunters right up there. Keeps that little bit of a walk, even though, if I understand this correctly, we have no gear, including
Correct.
clothing.
We are in the buff.
Yes,
And she is rocking it for everything it is worth.
the early morning sun glistens off of your scales, and you climb up onto a dune and make me a perception. Straight up.
Selene just looks in and she's like,
I don't have my violin.
nope, so no
I don't
material
have my
components for
pan
you.
flute.
Correct.
No material components for you, my dude.
I can't call for help.
Seltur, as
Sending
you saunter
material
up,
components.
I'll describe what you see. Selene and Mordecai having this conversation. Each of you see on each other, you have a small, like, a squiggle on the side of your necks.
Wait, there's something on your neck. Like here.
Is it raised?
Like it's like a squiggle thing on your neck. Do I have one?
Yeah. What color is it,
Kind-
Maddie?
It would be, I guess it would be like a dark blue, like maybe like a violet, like I don't know, however you bruise. Selene's kind of looks like a hickey.
So on the tallest dune, look around. The only thing that catch my eyes, that wasn't there before.
Now, what you see, Seltur, is you are also seeing a squiggle, not necessarily bruised color, but if you are on the tall dune here, for those in the audience, I don't know if it rippled out. I clicked behind my picture here. You are seeing out on the horizon kind of a black S. Oh, it's several S's that are just sort of winding its way across the desert.
Well, ain't that fascinating?
And actually, for orientation's sake, while this is where the sun is coming up, this would be more to the. This would be more over here, to the northeast.
Well, I mean, we gotta get down there. We gotta get down there quickly.
Yeah. This. Oh boy.
Well,
Selene's like, well, let's go for a jog through the dunes. Oh, this is gonna be so goddamn uncomfortable.
This is not good.
Look, Mordecai, I don't know if you know this, but sand is not good.
No.
Sand is not good at all.
I can imagine.
Mordecai, darling, dear, do you need to
Yes.
breathe at all?
Do I need to breathe? This is the question you're asking.
Look, I've just met you, but given some of the telltale signs and what I end up seeing, I have my suspicions.
No, I don't need to breathe.
Very well then. Your problem, the problem is not with you. The problem then is myself and the chunky one.
It's like, let's just go. Let's
All right,
just
Muffin Top.
go. She's like, you know
Selene,
what?
you are not that
think...
big.
It's like, thank you. I consider myself to be of an average size. Now, we need to get over there before you burst into flames and we die from exposure.
It
Cool.
hasn't happened yet.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's only speaking for one of us, my dear. Anyway, shall we?
Let's go.
At
Oh
this
my God.
point, Seltur literally just grabs Mordecai and just picks him up. Now,
Firemen carry him, kind of a thing, or
no, more of a kind of like picks him up under the shoulder and is specifically keeping her body between him and the sun, and so just trying to end up offering some degree of comfort, or maybe she just likes the feel of mom's scales.
Take it. Take it what you want. Take it whichever way you want. But either way, it's disturbing.
well, Mordecai
what else-
Seltur's large dark frame does do a decent job of blocking out the early morning sun, at least.
I appreciate that at least.
Do you need to breathe? I don't know you very well, and I ask everybody this.
Well, yeah, there might be a slight crushing to the physique when she ends up doing so, but not
Yep.
like he needs to.
But no, we're gonna make our there as fast as we possibly can.
Okay.
Mainly because no cover in this kind of weather is in this kind of climate is bad.
Well, we don't know the full-on heat. After all, desert simply means lack of water.
Although,
Let's
yeah, but I mean, there's also the entire thing of wind and sandstorms and having your skin literally torn off by gale
Well, then I
force
don't have that
winds
problem.
carrying sands.
Fortunately, Seltur, it kind of buffer scales her a little bit for her.
Oh, look, shiny.
Yeah. Come on, Muffin Top.
Cover
Nice.
is first priority.
Yeah, no, she'll be moving in that direction towards the S's, I guess, because that's where we've
Sure.
got to go on.
Yep.
And I mean, considering they are in the buff, there are some tattoos on Selene's back.
Oh, and there's tattoos up all the way down
Oh,
Mordecai's arms.
Although I don't think we've seen Selene's, have we?
No, we have not.
We have not. Not even in
No.
the hot spring, huh?
Not even in the hot spring. No.
Oh. Well then.
Yeah.
Seltur has very little left to reveal except flat as a board. Breastplate is all for show.
Well, so maybe there's some compensation going on. Boy, this is like this is turning into the Ember
over
Island players, and
compensation.
this isn't even the beach episode. I know you're in a desert, but we had a hot springs episode, but I don't know if this is the beach yet.
No.
All right, so you all are making your way towards the horizon, where this kind of winding S is. That it's probably people. I mean, it is kind of moving, and it's moving. It's moving between the shape of the dunes here. And so you're walking, making a couple jokes here and there. I mean, look, given the dire circumstances, I don't know. If you can't laugh, maybe you'll cry. And Mordecai, I don't know what you'll do. I don't even know if you can make tears anymore.
I can certainly cry, maybe not make tears.
Well, and as you're getting closer, there is well, actually, I'll tell you what. One of you can make a straight up perception, because I would start you at disadvantage, but then there's an advantage because there's several of you gazing.
I'll do it. With a +7. Unless you want to do it, Mordecai.
If we're not taking our level 8 stuff, you have a better modifier.
You mean level 9, because we're already level 8.
Oh, were we not, like, were we accepting that, or were we not? With some
No, we already leveled. Oh, wait, that's right, you were doing changes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think what he meant is you're leveled up, but you don't have any of your respecs.
Yeah, you don't have a respec.
So you should be level 8 at the moment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You probably still have a better modifier than I do.
I'll take a 21 then.
Okay. With a 21, it does look like it's a caravan of some kind. There does seem to be people. There's wagons. And
Caravan.
they have well, kind of meanwhile across Mesotopia, we have Bright and Norallie kind of flying like some sort of with the unseen servant and the mage hand, and they're kind of keeping this odd like umbrella sunshade thing going on. This caravan does seem to have maybe some sort of like shade support on them. It's difficult to tell, like maybe they're like flying like some big kites or something like that over them. But there is a caravan that's winding its way through the desert up ahead.
We need to get down to them.
People, we need to do that.
It's just my luck that I don't have any of my gear on me.
Me neither.
Okay, continuing forward after. That's
More money to trade.
Yeah.
as you arrive to another dune, and as you're heading towards these people, Mordecai, you are starting to throw off sparks as the sun is rising, and Seltur's doing her best, but your body is igniting, but you're not on fire. Like
I'm becoming effervescent.
Yes, you are.
You're effervescing.
You are an incendiary effervescent right now.
Is it painful?
It is.
Is it like
First
pop
degree
rocks
burns.
before?
It's like it's like pop rocks. They can hurt. I mean, if you've ever had a pop rock kind of like pop at the odd angle and hits your palate just right, it stings.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting pop rocks all over your body.
It's like we need to. Yeah, no, that's getting worse. We need to get him down there now.
And carrying across the desert, the sun is rising. The temperature is rising as well. There's the desert winds, and you also hear a humming, like a
It's like, oh, that better not be a giant swarm of insects.
give me another perception.
This is bad.
I only have 14 this time.
Okay. You don't see any insects around. It's difficult now because the sun is starting to reflect some glare up, and it's really tough. I mean, you could try and, do as much as you can to limit that, but it's really difficult right now. But you continue, and so too does the sun rise. The wind blows, and this odd humming is also is getting louder as well. If you wanted to, I mean, you might be able to be seen. I don't know if you want to like hop on a dune and go, hey, hey or anything like that, but they're not. It's not just like a little caravan off in the distance. You can, through the glare, you might be able to start seeing some details. None of you are totem barbarians, so I can't give you the eagle eyes.
Selene's like, Mordecai, can you do a call out?
I can use thaumaturgy to do that, yeah. I think.
Yeah, because it can amplify your voice up to 3 times. So do that.
Yeah, I don't need shit to do that. And so, I just like make a circle around my hand and just use thaumaturgy to call out.
Okay. So
hey, we need help.
Up on a dune, kind of like lean forward. Hey, help. Are either of you like waving arms or anything too?
Yeah.
Or... Okay.
Selene will be doing so.
Yep.
Okay. And at the call, or at the calling and the waving, after about a minute, you actually see, like a shimmering light is sort of like launched up, from the caravan.
Looks like we need to get down there. And Selene's just gonna start scurrying down the dunes, and Sand is probably getting into places where it's rather uncomfortable. And Selene's like, "Oh, I hate this."
So the caravan continues with these big shades over it as well, and the wind's blowing, the sun is shiny. And they might have seen or heard you. They launched some sort of a signal. And you continue forward. Make me one more perception as you're getting closer. This buzzing is around everywhere, too.
That's a 26.
26. You all are like, you're going down the dunes. And, there's this caravan. Hopefully they have water and shade and all this other stuff. And they most likely do, because you can see that the caravan snaking its way through the desert appears to be some sort of a military outfit, and they are wearing red and black. And
Shadahar?
As you're approaching, the things that were kind of staying over top the caravan either detach or they move, as these 2 great ships with these humming metallic wheels keeping them aloft in the air seem to detach and start gliding forward in your general direction. And yes, this is an outfit of the Shadahar Empire trekking through the desert. They have 2 airships, and there's a large complement of soldiers that are coming down.
Those are Shadahari soldiers.
Right now, looks like it doesn't really matter who they are. Shelter, water, fun time. I look forward to seeing where this is going.
Water I can deal with. Food I can also deal with. Cover is the main one.
Yeah.
Because create food and water has no material component.
Honey, it doesn't matter here. Shelter, you are exposed to the elements. And she kind of stretches out like, nope, this ain't no thing. This is just a reptile sunning itself at this point.
It's like, yeah. What?
You're kind of built for this kind of weather.
Not really. I have to acknowledge that I enjoy nice pools. Something with a little bit of... And when she spits, there's a small hissing sound in the sand.
That's acid. Right, I'm gonna take a look at the things gliding towards us. Like, are there people on them, or...?
Yes. As they're drawing closer, these are 2 airships that are manned by people in red and black as well.
It's like...
We just need help. We can't be picky right now.
Do we really
No.
Well, we're just gonna move towards them so that like we kind of meet them halfway, kind of deal.
Look, Muffin Top, if you're that nervous about this, just sit in the back. I'll do all the talking.
It's like I can talk just fine, thank you.
And every time you open your mouth, trouble arrives. So,
I mean, she's not wrong, Selene.
Hey, how many times have I got? Actually, wait, no, you weren't there for that. Never mind.
For what?
I saved Tibber from the Mask of Flowers Portal Authority with just my words and no magic.
what the hell is a tibber?
Oh, this kid that we had traveling with us for a bit.
Emergency food rations, got it.
No.
No, not at all.
In fact, the exact opposite of that. I wonder where he got off to.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe someday you'll end up running into the little squid all grown up and a handsome young man.
The two airships are quickly approaching your location, especially because Mordecai is a tiefling sparkler right now.
Yeah.
I'm
But
not
no,
happy about this. They're gonna find out.
And
It's like this, like there is nothing that anyone can do for you in this case, Mordecai. Unfortunately.
I am.
That depends. Does
Friggin'
Mordecai need to breathe?
Look, Sparkles, relax. I got. And she just starts walking up to making it very clear that she will be the one to approach on their landing.
Okay, so praise the sun towards the airships, and
Yep. Just
I see a new drawing from Darkwolf. Making the getaway on Brace and the Flying Donkey. The donkey
No,
flies at midnight. I repeat, the donkey flies at midnight.
flies at midnight. Yeah. But no, well, once they get there, it's gonna be like, Selene's gonna be like, okay, let's deal with this.
All right. The large shadows of the airships are providing you shade, and as
Mordecai stops sparkling.
as they are on your location, yeah, it's not direct sunlight. There's still kind of enough ambient reflecting off the sand that you've gone back to your that kind of like burning ember.
Light smoldering.
Yeah, it's like what is that, like in Dark Souls 3 or whatever? If you there's an ember or something you can get where you're kind of roasty. And the side beams of each of the flying ships are just have soldiers on each side of them, and they're pointing weapons down your way.
It's like, whoa, we come in peace, completely unarmed, and I mean completely unarmed.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. You're embarrassing yourself.
It's like
They can
Like-
see you're unarmed, I can assure you. They've been eyeballing you on occasion. Though, I notice a few more eyes looking at me.
It's
Can't
like
say
a
I
Gimli
don't blame
Legolas
them.
thing
right
now.
now.
Seltur. I'm sorry, but shut up.
No movements. Await the patrol. We will open fire if you act suspiciously.
We are lost.
Oh, I'm sorry. That isn't a Shadahar common, by the way. I forgot to do the accent on that.
We're lost. We're just trying to get across and find civilization somewhere.
You know, because of where we are, because we don't know where we are.
Of how we are.
And you look,
Look.
and surrounding you, just these like vibrating metal rings that are keeping the boats stationary. Just provide this mind-numbing. And
Well-
this contingent continues to march up in your direction.
Hmm. Look, we have company. And now, isn't this a wonderful change of pace?
I mean, change of pace.
Hmm. Start eyeing them up and down. Anyone of particular note or perhaps of rank?
I'd like to do the same.
From the airships, it's very difficult to tell. And as for rank, that would be. I don't know if Shadahar rank would be something that would necessarily be known unless as a part of your background or some sort of an aspect of your backstory you would have had exposure or knowledge to their military.
I mean, I am a sage and I read up on all the different topics. And the Shadahar would be one, especially because of their interest in the necromantic sides of Nezamasker and their things to do with the Order of the Crimson Lady.
Well, perhaps when the caravan comes close, but from the men or women that are leaning over the sides of the airship, there's nothing that's really, it's not like there's a bunch of medals and ribbons spilling off of their uniforms.
Yeah.
But it's not going to take that much longer. I mean, if you all want to talk amongst yourselves, you may. The two ships are just sort of in a steady, like a slow, like a buzzing, like a vulture
Holding
above
pattern.
you all.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's like no, it's like wait for the caravan and hope to God that they don't shoot us and leave us to die here in the desert.
Yeah.
Oh, they ain't gonna do that. They end up spending so much time looking in on us, be a waste on their efforts.
If the
It's just
airships
like-
are black buzzards waiting for the prey, then we certainly have a dark serpent that has slithered itself across the desert, and the mouth of which opens as the caravan splits and begins to form a circle around you all.
And Slade's like, I don't feel trapped at all.
And there's maybe 100 soldiers, some supply wagons, and you have the two airships that are here that have even more than the 100 that are the foot sloggers.
Wonderful.
Oh, this is happening.
Yep, I just hope that we can find our gear at some point.
I really like
That's
my
fun.
violin.
Well, no, there's a lot of important stuff that I have, like all of my notes.
Oh, honey, your notes should be the least of your concerns right now.
And the book. The book
That's
that
not
was given to...
important right now.
Well, it's like, I mean, there's also the other things, like my holy symbol, for material components for spells, and weapons, and armor, and clothing, and other
And-
supplies.
And this is why you don't end up relying on them.
A person who is apparently in some sort of command position, like the tongue darting from the snake, marches forward towards you, Seltur, because you're carrying yourself in a rather bold and sassy fashion. And from under the helmet and the cloth that's trying to keep some of the sand and other things off, you hear a woman's voice. Well, 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 what do we have here?
Well,
Lost.
she immediately looks to Mordecai like, shut up.
Tell me two things.
My name's Seltur, and I prefer blondes.
It's like...
The commander's not laughing, I am. Hang on.
Celine's just like, look, never mind her. Just ask your questions, miss, and we will do our best to answer them.
Twooey, you are sassy as your kin in Candor.
Well, I try and end up here living up to the name.
then perhaps we can do some talking elsewhere.
Oh, I would certainly hope so. Maybe a little bit more.
There's many questions you can answer.
Oh, I'm sure. And I'd be happy to end up having such a private discussion.
And the female voice from underneath that gives a hand signal, and the circle begins forming into several ranks and begins closing in. Very well. Then we are going to talk.
I might end up offering a simple request of hospitality. And fortunately, matters have befallen us that have left... Well, bluntly, you see the fat one there. I think she needs to be covered up. I mean, look at the way your soldiers are looking upon her. Even they are marginally disgusted. And for as much as I appreciate her humiliation in this particular regard, as she's clearly no figure such as mine, or perhaps even yours, I'd be interested to see that.
Seltur, stop compensating. I will end you.
Silence.
I think that...
For someone nude in the desert, you sure talk a bunch.
Oh, yes, I do.
Mordecai, you hear some of the tiefling soldiers that are closing in. They're speaking in Infernal, kind of like to each other. Now, it's Shadahar accented Infernal. But you are... They're regarding you, but they're not quite sure what to make of you.
So quick.
As you are in this particular state. And what we're going to do is, as you are, unless you intend on fighting, 100 Shadahar soldiers, as you are taken
100
into
Shadahar
custody.
soldiers with no gear!
I don't know, you all are PCs in a D&D game. I have learned not to expect anything. So... But what we'll do, it's almost 3, which means that I think you have Gathering of Nerds that you're going to have to get to here, Lethality.
Yes.
Damn, I don't want it to end.
You 3 have been captured by a contingent of the Shadahar Empire, who've been traveling from the northeast, which could give you a clue into the geography of where you're at.
Well, I mean, Selene's like, just as a final thing, Selene's like, look, I have one question for you, just real simple. Where are we?
Why, we're in Aslandia.
Do it.
Aslandia?
Oh god, Aslandia. I don't want to be in Aslandia. How did we get... We were just Lacuna. How did we get here? I'm gonna strangle that dragon. I'm gonna strangle him with my bare hands. I'm gonna strangle him, and I'm gonna make sure that he's dead.
This is exactly what I was kind of afraid of. Jesus.
I'm fixated on asphyxiation, but without you, I can't breathe.
So he's just like, oh god.
Speaking of which, where is that dragon?
I don't know, but when I find him,
Well, glad I ain't.
Metallica Chromatic, I don't give a damn.
Yep, he didn't manifest beside y'all, and I don't know if you're just dawning on that at all. Syphenix is not around.
We ended up in Aslandia. And Mordecai, Selene turns to Mordecai and is like, what the hell are we gonna do about Bright and Norallie? They're back in Mesamaska!
I know, but I kissed her.
Why did you do that?
Oh, passions have their ways.
It's like, Mordecai, I
didn't think
we
this
need
was
to have
gonna
a
happen.
conversation.
Not at all.
We need to have a conversation in private. Just you and me talking about this.
Well, I don't know if privacy can be too much assured now that you're taken into custody. And if you do want to have some, side role play, and you want to talk over the dunes, you're welcome to do so. But we will end this week's session with you all being taken captive by Shadahar agents in Aslandia, of all places. Syphenix is missing, and you're split from Norallie and Bright, who are doing who knows what. I mean, I do, but...
How are we gonna get back to them? Where did our gear go?
That's not with us. It wasn't there on the ground. Maybe it's back in Lakota.
Hopefully, if we can get back there.
Oh boy.
Oh, I get the feeling that we're very, very dead.
Honey.
That.
Come on.
No.
Oh, no.
I can't do that.
Die? Oh, I figure you would be the one with the most experience in the
I
room.
don't want to. I want to get back.
Well, then you just trust old Seltur.
The cabal macabre awaits me. Hooray, blade storms! Hooray, black ice!
So thus concludes another week of D&D.
Oh, but
At least here. Actually, I forgot to ask you, Lethality. What's your all's prompt for this week?
The prompt is small.
Small. All right.
Yes, the prompt is small.
Well,
So expect team fun size.
No. I know for a fact that my character is not fun-sized.
Well, we'll wait around for you here. Maybe we'll play some Quiplash or media trivia or whatever murder trivia party or trivia murder party and whatnot. And I'll wait for y'all to send up the signal, and we'll come over and give the Gathering of Nerds a good old-fashioned raid.
What's the party? What, 2 Goliaths, a Dragonborn, and...
No, I'm a human. I'm a human, and I know there's a goblin, but otherwise I'm not sure.
Then we shall
So,
see.
we shall see soon enough, because even I don't know most, like, half of the party composition. So, great game. I'm now kind of really worried about next week, because we're in Aslandia, captured by Shadahari agents, with no gear. Sand and unmentionables.
I'm finding it somewhat amusing that literally I'm the only one that's not panicking.
oh yeah, there's.
I already got a plan.
Bright called it, by the way.
Yeah, no, Bright called it.
Picked up that messaging stone just like you asked.
Yeah.
I'm not glad to be right about this.
I just don't know what the hell we're gonna do.
I know.
I don't know.
Like,
We may
come
have to
on.
stage a rescue mission to Aslandia,
There's
Stage a rescue mission.
which we cannot do until we
No.
get to level 9 and can find you.
Look,
That's- I mean,
this
look,
is a fairly easy to
how are you
fix.
even going to get there? Right.
Mordecai's first concern is to find a copper wire or an instrument he can play and cast sending.
Yeah.
Look,
No,
do you want this problem
Here for
solved or not?
Mordecai.
Do you want this problem solved or not? Yes or no? Just don't.
Obviously, yes.
Okay, here's what you do. First and foremost, you have no identifying markers that end up indicating what faction or what situation you may be in. Second, you are currently you are literally whatever you say you are. So, at this point, if you don't say anything, you are of little consequence. Third, there is an invasion force currently heading towards Mesomasca. So all you need to do is get on the ship. That's literally all you need to do.
That's
Yeah,
not wrong.
but- Yeah, but then again, there's also the entire deal about gear and how we're gonna outfit ourselves, considering, you know...
They'll give us clothing.
You have an entire
No, it's
army.
not a matter of clothing. Like, it's not a matter of clothing. It's a matter of, you know, the several magical items we just lost.
Yeah.
As a start.
If you have your wits and
It
you
reminds
have
me-
Almost
your
like this was a
opportunities,
bad idea.
Maybe in the off week we can get an accounting from Coffee as to what
Mm.
stuff was on Brayson and what stuff was taken
I
with him.
have a list, and I will post it in the in-game chat.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Well, great game, guys. I'm gonna
Good
jump
game.
off. I'll
Yep.
see you guys next week.
Excellent.
See
We'll
you
see you
around.
next week.
Yep.
Next week.
see you next
See you
week.
guys.